Gunther versus Jey Uso. The Ring General versus main event. And how are you feeling? I got a lot of mixed feelings about this match. I'll be honest with you.
I'm not going to lie, I really do too, because on one hand, I love how much of a fan favorite Jey Uso has become. I loved him winning the Rumble. We haven't had a shock like that in quite some time. And I love everything that's going on with Jey Uso. However, I'm just not 100% sold the way I am with the Ring General, Gunther. Because this man, in using his own words, is the greatest gift that WWE has had. He truly has elevated this roster and this organization to a whole new level. He is badass, he is kick-ass, and this is sacred to him. I don't know who's walking away with the title, but I want to put my money on my man, Gunther.
I think that's a bold claim. For me, it ultimately comes down to, you look at both sides of it, and Jey has been on the cusp of winning the big ones so many times. From Money in the Bank matches to King of the Ring finals, to multiple world title matches, and every time he comes up short. And it's gotten to the point where this is really his last chance to win the big one. You can't have him win another Rumble match after this. You can't have him... You could maybe do something Money in the Bank, but ultimately it comes down to this. Like, they have to pull the trigger on Jey Uso if they ever want world champ Jey Uso. But at the same time, I think almost everybody expects Jey to win this match. And with the way it's been booked, with Gunther absolutely decimating Jimmy Uso leading into this, what level of superstardom it would launch Gunther to if he retains clean and pins Jey Uso in the middle of the ring, the statement that would be, and the level of heel that would double down and make Gunther, I think is almost too tempting to pass up. So I think I'm going to side with you here that I think Gunther should win. Not only do I think he's going to, I think he should. I think Jey Uso, the other big problem I have with Jey winning is it really hurts Jimmy, which I know that sounds weird, but Jimmy's already the other twin. And so if Jey Uso becomes a world champion, nobody's really going to take Jimmy seriously from this point on. The rift between them is already pretty big, and unless you do something and reunite them, then that Jimmy Uso can pretty much kiss that level of stardom goodbye.
I couldn't agree more. And honestly, I recently rewatched the Royal Rumble, and Jimmy just didn't have that star power, that aura about him in the way that Jey does. No disrespect to Jimmy. I do love him. Don't love the nickname Big Jim. This man is entertaining. This man is hilarious. I really do love Jimmy. But at the same time, you put this strap on Jey, I don't see it ever happening for Jimmy, at least not for a long time with the way things are going. Also, with Jey, if they are going to pull the trigger, the time is now, especially with how Gunther decimated and basically murdered Jimmy right in front of him.
Yeah. So I think we've pretty much wrapped this up. Is this, if you had your choice of not just who you think is going to win, who do you want to win this match?
Oh, it's easily Gunther, because She's is just so old school, which is something that is really missing from WWE right now. I'm a huge fan of old school. My dad has taught me so much and shown me so much, because he's been a fan since he was basically born, and I've been a fan because of him. So just seeing the attributes of the stars of back in the day, just seeing Gunther, the way that he shines, he truly is honoring the legacy of this title and other world titles of old.
will say, me and Miss Destiny Diamond went to college together, and she's been an Uso hater from day one. I have always loved my Usos. I've been down since day one-ish. I think they are legitimately, if not just in the conversation, but they have a legitimate claim as the greatest tag team of all time. I really, really love the Usos. And I would really love to see the reuniting. And I think the bloodline is going to be in a very interesting place post-WrestleMania. All the individual members. And that will come up later on in this predictions. But are you ready to move to match 2 of night 1?
Almost, but I just thought of something that not enough people are talking about. I believe it was just over a week ago. Jey Uso was having a tag team match. I believe it was against A-Town Down Under. And he was going to have a surprise tag team partner. And people are thinking, they're speculating, there were names being thrown out there from other promotions, NXT, and all over the roster and whatnot. And as Jay's making his entrance down the ramp and not through the crowd, Jimmy sneaks up from behind him and is announced as Jay's tag team partner. And it was almost crickets. People were cheering, but it wasn't the big pop that I would have expected for a reunion like that, because Michael Cole even said on commentary, and it was over a year and a half since the last time they tagged. I would have thought that a moment like that would have been a lot more significant, but it wasn't. So I'm excited to see the fallout of WrestleMania for the Bloodline.